When I saw my ex on social media with another woman, my whole world collapsed. I was in my bedroom and it felt like the walls were caving in. I ran out my house, I hadn't even brushed my teeth. I was wearing my nightgown and I hadn't combed my hair. I was feeling so depressed, I was feeling so low that I ran out. I found myself at Lidl's supermarket on the floor crying. It was a very hard moment for me. I came from a single parent family, and because of this, it caused a lot of problems inside of me. I was very sad, I was very depressed, and it caused me to feel alone. I tried to fill my void inside by getting into a lot of relationships. And I was in relationships back to back to back. And that caused a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety. It caused a lot of stress in my life to the point where I ended up going to a doctor who referred me to counselling and said I was clinically depressed at that point. The counselling didn't work for me, but I still tried to do things in my own way. I still tried to find relationships to fill this void. And when I was in these relationships, at first they would start off very, very good. We would have good times in the beginning, but for some reason they will always end up in a broken relationship. It didn't work out. And because of this, my depression got worse and worse. I'd find myself in my bedroom sometimes, just sitting there thinking about my life and how bad my life was. Even to the point where at a time I took lots of tablets just to try to take away the pain that I felt inside of me. But the tablets didn't work. Nothing seemed to work. But then I got into a relationship with somebody who I thought was going to be my everything. We were in a relationship for about a year. And that relationship started off very, very good. We met each other's family. It was a very nice relationship. And then out of the blue, all of a sudden, he said he didn't want me anymore. He wanted to break up with me. I couldn't understand why he wanted to break up with me. So I asked him several times, and he just kept saying the relationship is over. And then a few days later, I checked his social media page and I saw him with another woman. And because of this, my whole world collapsed. And it caused my depression to be even worse, to the point where I left my home without combing my hair. I had my nightgown on and I went to Lidl's and I sat on the floor and I started crying. When I found myself on the floor crying, I decided to get up and walk around Lidl. I saw a sign that said Help Centre, so I banged on the door very hard. I really needed help at that point, but the door wouldn't open. So I went back round to Lidl and sat on the floor and cried. And then I heard somebody say to me, "Excuse me, miss, you need help." She grabbed my arm and she pulled me to the Help Centre. I looked at the sign and I said, "I've already tried to get in here." She said, "The door is open. You must come in." And when I came in, I spoke to an assistant who told me her testimony. I said to myself, if God can bless her life, God can also bless mine. She encouraged me to attend services. She encouraged me to attend Wednesdays and Fridays and Sundays. So I decided to take her advice on and attend those services. And as I was attending, I realized that only God can fill this void inside of me. And in order for God to fill this void inside of me, the same effort that I gave to the men is the same effort that I needed to give to God, and even more. As I started to come to the church, I realized that I needed to give my all to God. I had to give up a lot of things in order to give my all to God. So there was a wonderful opportunity and the campaign of faith came around. And I said to myself, I'm going to give my all. I'm going to give my everything, because I had realized that this void inside of me was because I did not have the Holy Spirit. And I really wanted to receive the Holy Spirit so I would not feel empty inside of me. When the campaign came, I gave up all the negativity that I had inside of me, the grudges, the hatred that I had for men, everything inside of me that was destroying me. I said, I'm not going to keep it there anymore. I'm going to give it all up. When I came down from the altar, I said to myself, I will not leave this building, this church, without the Holy Spirit. And I came down from the altar and I seeked the Holy Spirit. I seeked God. I seeked His presence. I asked for Him to come inside of me. And that is when I received the Holy Spirit. And what a wonderful transformation it was. Everything that I had inside of me had gone. The void, the emptiness, the grudges, the hatred, everything inside of me was gone. And I knew at that point that God was with me. It was such a wonderful moment in my life, and I'll never ever forget that moment. Today, with the Holy Spirit, I am a completely different person. I am happy. I am joyful. I don't feel stress anymore. I don't feel any of those negative feelings that I used to feel in the past. So with the Holy Spirit, I met my husband.
When I met my wife, I was in a church about 3 years. I had a lot of addiction because my past was very bad. I used to sleep with a lot of women before as well. I started attending the service. I used to read the Bible. I learned how to sacrifice. When I met CHARLENE, she started attending the service because I was in the church before. When we started dating, we started coming to the love therapy together, and we started evangelize together. We started do the visit together. All these things we done all together, and also we have the same goals.
I never thought I could get married. I never thought I would have a complete family. But God really transformed my life. And here I am today with a family, a complete family. I have my husband, I have my son, and we are all very, very happy.
Because the Holy Spirit and the Universal Church make us to build a strong family, and we are being together today.
And today I will say that even though I have a husband and I have a son, they are not my everything. Without the Holy Spirit inside of me, I would not be complete. It's the Holy Spirit inside of me that makes me complete.